Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel once again. We are here to serve you. We are here to build a community together, as you know before now. One thing we just wanted to do for us is just to like, share, and subscribe. This channel will bring you football banter, football news back to back. And yeah, we're happy to have you with us. We're happy to have you on this community, building this community with us. Thank you so much for keeping tabs with us and yeah, keep supporting us so that we grow together. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, welcome back again. It's a football weekend. It's always exciting to have this type of weekends. Football weekends are the best weekend as far as I am concerned, and I guess my team will also agree that football weekends are the best weekend because a weekend without football is like a useless weekend. Permit me to say, but just kidding. Yeah, so it was a wonderful week. A lot of prediction. I'm laughing and laughing at myself also because I predicted a lot of things, and yeah, they go everywhere. But yeah, that's football for you. You know, always win. Yes, so let's do round the table. What happened during the week? We had a quarterfinal games, and now we have our semi-finalists: Arsenal, Bayern Munich, PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, and Atletico Madrid. Wonderful week it was. Then we had yesterday Europa League because I'm always monitoring Europa League also because I love watching all the games. And then we saw also Europa Conference League where Strasbourg was the standout for me because they did a remontada. They were down 2-0 from the first leg, and they were able to come back and beat those guys 4-0, and then they went through to semi-final. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful fixtures, wonderful games, over the week. So road to Leipzig, road to Istanbul, and road to Budapest. So Champions League will be played the final on 30th of May in Budapest, and we have Europa League, which will be played also in May in uh, in Istanbul, and the Conference League will be played in Leipzig, Germany. So, guys, what do you think about what happened in the week? Let's just go very fast. Kingsley, what were your thoughts? What games stood out for you? And yeah, did your predictions come true?
Yeah, hello guys. Good to be here once again to talk about football. Yes, for during the weekend, this past week, the Champions League week, which was an exciting one. We had a lot of tough fixtures. I think the most exciting fixtures of all of them was the Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich fixture. That was very very exciting. A lot of goals, a lot of actions in that match. And then we had Atletico versus Barcelona. Barcelona almost pulling a comeback in that match. I think for the week, the most exciting one for me, I will still go back to the Real Madrid versus the Bayern Munich fixture. That match was really, really exciting. And Bayern Munich, like I predicted, Bayern Munich were going to come up on tops on that game, and eventually they did, despite the fact that Real Madrid took them to the wire. But Bayern Munich uh, made it known to them that they are currently the best team in Europe in terms of form. Current form, they are the best team. So that was the most exciting match for me during the week. And of course, my beloved Arsenal qualified for this Champions League semi-final, just like I predicted. So what a week it has been.
Yeah, but then your beloved Arsenal qualified, but in a shameful way because they were unable to beat
There
the.
is nothing. There is nothing shameful about it. All teams that qualified to the semi-finals they deserve to be in the semi-finals. So there is nothing shameful about it. The only shame that we should be according are to teams that are not currently playing the competition. So, for which Chelsea is one of those teams. So, and we know what happened during the last round of matches. What the heavy defeat Chelsea suffered. So I think if we want to talk about shame, that is the club that should be shamed in this live conversation.
I didn't expect this straight bullet, but yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, but then we'll see what happened with Arsenal. I hope Arsenal will go all the way to win it. Wishing you all the best, man. Babs, what's up? What do you think about the week and what stood out for you in the Champions League games?
What a great week. Hello, everyone. Happy to be back. We had a very great week. In my opinion, it was an exciting week because Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich was a very interesting game. Lot of goals, lot of surprises. At some point, I thought Real Madrid were going to scale through, but the red card changed the game, and eventually Bayern Munich defeated them. So, and the boring match from our Arsenal brothers. It was very boring for them, but they won at the end
Yeah,
of the day. So
yeah,
Atletico versus Barcelona was not that surprising for me because I was expecting Atletico to go through. PSG Liverpool was also not a surprise for me because PSG is a better team compared to Liverpool.
mm,
So really interesting week.
yeah. You know, when you say the boring match, and I'm just wondering, a Man U father has not even touched a Champions League football this season. He's calling is now touting as Arsenal match as a boring match. It's just so funny. Like Man U fans are so funny. You know? Yeah,
Do you know what's more funny? You are representing the whole England and you are disgracing us. It is better to stay in your father's house than to be disgracing your father outside.
Oh my. Yeah. So talking about Atletico Madrid coming through with their match, life goes on. What do you think about all those matches that were played in the Champions League? And did your prediction come true?
Interesting. Well, my prediction came to Atletico went. Even though I was doubting their if they would be able to hold it up, but I was happy that Ademola Lookman scored that decisive goal. And for Bayern Real Madrid, I was not expecting that 7 goal thriller, so entertaining game as at that. And then Arsenal, I think I predicted that Arsenal would be shaky around 2-1, 2-2. I was giving them benefit of the doubt because it's an home game for them. But well, they drew the game. I think it's fatigue. And which other game do? Yeah, I think that's the whole game. Looking forward to
PSG Liverpool.
oh, PSG Liverpool. It went as expected anyway. So yeah, painful that Liverpool couldn't at least try and win at home too. But it's against PSG, and maybe Liverpool is not. People are complaining about Chelsea. I think people should also turn their face to Liverpool too. Like Liverpool is not performing the way you expect a former champion. Just is it last season? Yeah, EPL champions last season should perform. So uh, I don't know what to say about that. I look forward to the Aram versus Aram football, Atletico versus Arsenal. So let's keep our finger crossed on that. PSG and
Bayern
Bayern,
Munich.
fingers crossed on that also.
Yeah, we'll come to those down when the time comes, not today. Yeah, but yeah, Aram versus Aram football, we are looking forward to that. That's very good. Yeah, there's one thing I focus on this week when my predictions were not going through in Champions League. I have to fall through to Europa League, and I found out that yeah, Europa League was so interesting to watch. You see Aston Villa coming through to be facing Nottingham Forest in the semi-final. It's going to be a very wonderful combination. Both from Premier League, and I wanted them to be on a separate route, but then unfortunately, they are not meeting themselves in the semi-final. And all I can wish them is, wish any one of them all the best because one of them was now go to the final and win it for England. So yeah, those were the wonderful fixtures across board from Champions League to Europa League to Conference League, and yeah, more will be coming your way with all the fixtures, the semi-final matches which will be taking place later this month. All right, so this weekend we will be moving to tomorrow matches, wonderful matches. There's a match around 9 p.m. tomorrow, very wonderful match. We'll come to it very soon. But then let's take the ones that will be starting early. Can we please have the fixtures display? What will be happening tomorrow, Saturday, across Sunday and Monday in Premier League. So we will have Brentford going against Fulham as the first game tomorrow, 1:30. And then we'll have Leeds United taking on Wolves, Newcastle United taking on AFC Bournemouth, and Tottenham Hotspur taking on Brighton. And then the biggest game of the night, where Chelsea will be thrilling and trashing Manchester United at 9 p.m. So yeah, what do you think will be happening with Brentford and Fulham, Babs?
Thank you. uh, 2-1 Brentford. Brentford is on a very good form. And Fulham, they've not been that impressive in the recent time. So I see Brentford defeat Fulham.
Great. So Bob didn't take time to give any detailed analysis of this game, and he's saying 2-1 Brentford with so confident, a lot of confidence there. 2-1 Brentford. So what do you think about it? Life goes on from your own end. Is it the same thought, or you have a different view about that?
No, just to make everything fighting for absolutely nothing. So I think Brentford to Fulham 2. Let me go with that.
So that would be 2-2. Brentford 2, Fulham
Yeah.
2. Says life goes on. And Kings, what's up?
I think this is a straight win for Brentford. You know,
Straight
like
win for
Babs
Brentford.
mentioned. Yeah, like Babs mentioned, Brentford are currently they are on a good run of form. While Fulham has been really poor recently, their form has not been that impressive compared to Brentford. And Brentford is playing at home, so home advantage plus their form. And of course, their informed striker, we all know him, Igor Thiago. So I expect Brentford to win this game. I even predict 2-0 for them.
Oh, wow, wonderful, wonderful prediction. So for me, Brentford, that stadium is not a stadium where anybody goes and come back and come back alive, because they will deal with you with long throwings. They will deal with you with all the bodies and everything they will put in their bodies, And I'm a fan of Thiago, I'm a fan of Thiago, and I want him to. I've said it in this forum that I want him to win the Golden Boot. So tomorrow I'm seeing Brentford beating Fulham 3-2, and my Thiago will score 2 goals also tomorrow again, so that he will pass. He will catch up with Alan and even pass him by 1 goal. So it's going to be 3-2 in favor of Fulham tomorrow, Saturday at 1:30. That's the first game in the Premier League. Leeds United versus Wolves. This game quickly, I just see Wolves coming tomorrow to trash these guys 4-1, because Wolves. I say Wolves. Sorry, Leeds will trash Wolves 4-1 tomorrow. And life goes on. What do you think about Leeds United versus Wolves?
I go with Leeds here. They have been very tough. 3 in favor of Leeds, 1 in favor of Wolves.
There's nothing in favor of Wolves. It's a 3-1 smashing of Wolves. So it's 3-1 Leeds, yeah? So Leeds will be winning that game 3-1, says life goes on.
Yeah.
Babs.
Okay,
Yeah.
Babs.
2-1 Leeds.
2-1 Leeds. Are you playing safe? Why 2-1?
Wolves will also fight back, so I expect them to at least score a goal. They are leaving the Premier League already, but they want to show that fighting spirit.
Okay, so we go with 2-1 Leeds, says Babs. 3-1 Leeds says life goes on, and I said 4-1. Kings, what do you have for Leeds and Wolves from your end?
For me, I believe Leeds should win this game. The head-to-head, they have a better head-to-head compared to Wolves, and of course, current form comes into play as well. Leeds are better. Wolves, in fact, they're out of the league already. So I'm not sure what their motivation will be in this game. So I'll predict 3-1. I wanted to say 2-1, but I'll predict 3-1.
So we have 2-3-1, and then we have 2-1, and then we have 4-1. So all the best to Leeds and Wolves tomorrow. So the next game will be Newcastle Bournemouth. Yeah, Kings, you can continue. What do you think about this game tomorrow at 4 p.m.?
Newcastle Bournemouth. Newcastle should win this game by. It should be a very close game, as we all know. Bournemouth is a tough team, just like they performed against Arsenal last week. But of course, when they are playing against teams of the same level, then the match can go either way. So I expect Newcastle to win at home. So this match, I should expect it to be 2-1 in favor of Newcastle.
2-1 in favor of Newcastle. Do you think that, stay with you, Kings, do you think that the news of Areola leaving Bournemouth will affect the players tomorrow?
I don't think so. Not necessarily. I'm sure that the players already had an idea that the coach was leaving even before the announcement was made. So it's not a shocking announcement from the club, from the players' perspective, if we're looking at it in that way. So I don't expect that to be a huge blow for them coming into that match.
Okay, wonderful. So life goes on. What do you think about this match? Newcastle, Bournemouth.
I think I'll go with Newcastle, just like Kingsley said. Uh, Bournemouth, I think against top team, they try to. I don't know the motivation against top teams, anyways. But when it comes to teams within their league, they somehow spread their leg for them. So Newcastle 3, they will fight anyway, and then Bournemouth 2. Let me put it out.
Newcastle 3, Bournemouth 2. Yeah, because Newcastle have a tradition of also conceding goals sometimes, you know. And Bournemouth
Yes.
will not just sit like that and say they will not deal, they will not also slot in some goals. So
Yeah.
the Eastern Newcastle 3, Bournemouth 2. Babs, what do you have to say about this match tomorrow?
Yeah, for me, I'll be
Newcastle,
going
Bournemouth.
with a draw, 2-2.
Okay. 2-2 draw.
Because
2-2 draw.
yeah, they are both goal scoring teams, and if you look at Bournemouth in their recent form, they've not lost a game since I think January.
Mm.
So they are on a very good run,
Yeah.
with the longest unbeaten run currently. So
Yeah.
I don't see them lose tomorrow to Newcastle.
Okay, so thank you. So he's not seeing them losing against Newcastle tomorrow, and he's saying they are going to be drawing the game 2-2. I am going to say without missing was that Bournemouth is going to win this game tomorrow 3-2, 3-2, because why not? Why not? They are going to win this game 3-2 in Newcastle. I know it's a Newcastle's out, but then Newcastle are having a lot of injury now. I don't know if Tonali or no Jolinton is back or so, if he's fully fit like that. So I'm giving it to Bournemouth tomorrow to cause to victory 3-2 in favor of Bournemouth tomorrow. So the next game will be Tottenham Brighton. Tottenham Brighton. Yeah, we saw what happened with Tottenham the last game. Very crazy. We were thinking. I know in our last review we were thinking that Tottenham will top the game. But yeah, we see Sunderland beating them by a 1-0 nil. So tomorrow they are not meeting Brighton. Brighton is not a small side. I know that it's their house, but then Brighton can cause the upset, whether it's your house or their house. And with all the turmoil that is going on in Tottenham, I see Brighton coming up, winning that game tomorrow by 2-1. By 2-1. I sincerely pity Dizabe, but yeah, it is what it is. So life goes on. What do you think about this game tomorrow? Tottenham, Brighton.
Honestly, I think Tottenham is going to relegate. So I see them losing that game to Brighton. It's just as simple as that. I don't know by how much, but I can't give them. There's no hope with them as it stands now. So let me say, going by which I'm going to give Brighton 3-0, Tottenham 0. Sorry,
Brighton 3-0,
Brighton 3.
Brighton 3,
Brighton 3, Tottenham 0. Yeah.
Wow.
This is a bold prediction. I'm even afraid for Tottenham, you know.
Tottenham is honest. I let them just go. Let them relegate.
Oh my word. So Kings, what do you think about this match tomorrow?
Tottenham, yes. For me, I also have some sympathy for Tottenham as a club. You know, such a big club will be relegated anytime soon, and we all know that they are going to be relegated. It's just a matter of time now. Because I'm looking at their fixtures for the rest of the season. It's horrible, really. And the only clubs or the only teams I see them probably having a result against are Wolves and maybe Everton, the last game. They might even lose that game as well. So, but for tomorrow, specifically for tomorrow, wow, I think they will also lose that game against Brighton tomorrow. So I predict 2-0 in favor of Brighton.
2-0 in favor of Brighton, says Kings. Babs, what do you think about this game? Tottenham are your very good friends, you know.
I expect them to put up a fighting spirit tomorrow, and they have a new manager. They should show us the reason why they've been a Premier League team since a long time. So,
but Dizabi said it's not about a new manager. He feels like Tottenham players need emotional support.
they will definitely get the emotional support. So tomorrow, starting from tomorrow, I feel their story turn around. They are playing a draw tomorrow.
They are playing a draw tomorrow in their house. A draw of how many goals? 0-0,
2-2.
1-1, 2-2.
2-2.
2-2, says Babs. Yeah, so when I heard Disabi say they need emotional support, I was just thinking if maybe they should go to some places and get them some buddies, you know, to give them emotional support.
I think the story of Tottenham is a very peculiar one because a lot of coaches that have come into Tottenham Football Club, whenever they arrive, they have a different picture and they observe that whatever it is they were observing from the outside is far worse than what they observe from the outside when they come inside the club. So Mourinho came and he saw things for himself, and Antonio Conte came and he saw things for himself. You know, even the last coach that won the last cup competition for them in the Europa Cup, Andrew Postecoglou, he also mentioned the same thing. So all of them, they always have the same remark when it comes to Tottenham whenever they are on the job. You know, they talk about the mentality, they talk about the club as a whole, the players, you know. So I think that affects them in terms of getting results. And like the game against Sunderland, like we predicted, for me, I predicted that they were going to lose that game. They were fortunate to just lose it by 1 goal. But I knew that they were going to lose that game, irrespective of the new manager bounce. It was not going
What
to change
was your prediction for that game? Do you remember?
I can't remember exactly my score line, but I knew I predicted that they were going to lose against Sunderland. So I don't see any hope for them anymore throughout for the rest of the season. Like I mentioned earlier, the fixtures they have for this season is not looking good for them. It's not looking good at all because I don't see most of the clubs they are going to be playing. They are clubs who are fighting for something important. They're going to be playing. They're going to be playing Chelsea later. They are going to play Aston Villa later. So those two clubs will not want to give anything away to Tottenham. Moreover, Tottenham and Chelsea, we all know how that game always ends. So we count that out. And then against Everton as well, they have one of the best away records this season. So they are coming to Tottenham Stadium to play the last game of the season away. So anyway, by then they might even already be relegated. So we don't even know how that game will go down. So I pity for Tottenham, you know, as a big club, really. I pity for them. So fortunately,
you don't give them a chance at all. You don't think they will?
No. They are going to be relegated. No.
Don't you think tomorrow they can easily just turn things around and win that game tomorrow in their house? You know.
Maybe if they win that game, it's already long overdue for them because I can't remember the last time they won a game. I don't think in 2026 they have won any game. I don't know. I'm not sure about that they have won any game in 2026. That's to tell you how bad things are in that club. So tomorrow, if they win, it's already long overdue, but it's already too late for them. Yeah, they are gone.
Okay. I don't know if I predicted already, but I'm predicting that Tottenham is going to win that game tomorrow 2-1. 2 goes to 1. Any objection?
Yeah, they might win, but let's hope that Disabi will not come emotional in that game. You know, he's playing against his former club, Brighton. Yeah. So they are playing at home and then it's against his former club Brighton. So he might, you know, sometimes when coaches become emotional in the game, they make some stupid mistakes in terms of their tactics and selection. So let's hope that that doesn't factor into his decision making during the match tomorrow. So let's see how it goes. If he wins, good for him.
Yeah. If he wins, good for him. What a solid statement there. You know, if he wins, good for him. So tomorrow, before we round up the day, we're going to be seeing a very good match, a very wonderful match. 2 battalions, you know, great guys. You know, it's going to be like a revenge, you know, because Chelsea have been waiting for these boys to come to their house. You know what happened the last time we met them? We had a red card, you know, and they cruised to 2-1 victory. So tomorrow is going to be a revenge, you know. The irrelevant guys that are in the league, you know, they will be coming to Chelsea, Stamford Bridge for that matter tomorrow. What do you guys think? I'm so excited about this match tomorrow because I know Chelsea will smash these guys to victory.
Let me do the introduction properly. 2 useless teams, 2 teams that doesn't deserve anything this season, 2 teams that have nothing to fight for. 2 teams that if they lose, nobody. In fact, I wish the game can be lose for both teams so that they are not even sharing any point. Just give them 0-0. Well, to me, as a Chelsea fan, I think I've come to my, I won't say my roots end with the club, but for this season, I'm tuned off. Except if we can fight for Europa League spot. Maybe that's the only incentive that. And I don't know if winning the FA Cup can grant us that. We have to negotiate with Man City on. In fact, what am I saying? The list that is before us now, we don't even know how far. So for Man U, Chelsea, Stamford Bridge has been disrespected a lot this season. So there's no home factor that I want to even add to it. And it's going to be a tough game, maybe interesting game because of the old rivalry. And with all biasness, let me just give it to Chelsea 2-1.
2-1 Chelsea tomorrow. 2-1 Chelsea tomorrow at Stamford Bridge. Yes, Kings, as the biggest rival to Chelsea here, can you not tell us what do you think will happen in this match? The biggest rival to the two teams. So go ahead and destroy us with your commentary.
Of course, both teams are my biggest rivals. You know, historically, yeah, and then of course, in terms of geographically. So yeah, those two teams, they mean a lot to my club. And when they are playing, of course, I always sit back, relax, and enjoy the game because most times or most of the games between Chelsea and Manchester United is usually an entertaining game. It's usually a high-scoring game. It's usually a game that has a lot of activities. You know, so either red cards, terrible tackles, fouls, fighting. You know, whatever, name it. It always happens in that game. So for tomorrow, I expect the game to follow the same pattern, to be an interesting game. The first leg at Old Trafford, it ended in favor of Manchester United. Manchester United narrowly won that game despite the one-man advantage they had for majority of that game. They narrowly won that game, and Chelsea put up a really good fight. So for tomorrow, I expect the same to happen. And I predict that Chelsea is going to win that game tomorrow. Chelsea is going to defeat Manchester United tomorrow. And it's going to be a close one as well. Manchester United, I believe, the fact that they are not playing a lot of matches, I think it's on one hand it's an advantage. On the other hand, it's a disadvantage. So yeah, it's a disadvantage because a lot of their players, the synergy for them to play together as a team, sometimes it can be lacking. So that's why I expect Chelsea to win that game. And of course, Chelsea will remember what happened in the first leg. And like you mentioned, it's going to be like a revenge mission for them, that they want to pull one back against Manchester United. And also, Manchester United have a terrible record at Stamford Bridge. If we are looking at previous records, their record in Stamford Bridge is not the best. So Chelsea is one of those teams that have a very good record against Manchester United in the Premier League as a whole. In terms of victories against Manchester United, Chelsea have one of the best records compared to other Premier League teams. So yes, I expect that game to win in favor of Chelsea. Chelsea should win that game. A close one. I'll predict a close score, probably 3-2 or 2-1. But it's going to be an entertaining and interesting game.
3-2 or 2-1. 3-2, 2-1, says an Arsenal fan. Segregating between the two rivals. Thank you for giving it to Chelsea. 2-1, 3-2. Anyone that comes in, Chelsea will take it. Tomorrow, Manchester United is no Man City, so Man U should be prepared. Yes, the irrelevant Manchester United fan here, please go ahead.
I'm not really optimistic about tomorrow's game with Chelsea because almost all my defenders except Evan is fit. All other defenders are injured, so.
And red card to Maguire, yeah?
2 red cards, then Delete is injured. Other defenders are also injured, so there's really nothing to watch tomorrow for me. Sincerely. So the best thing I can just do right now is to predict a draw. Let's say 2-2. Because I can't lose to Chelsea. It's not possible.
2-2 draw, says a Man U fan. They have started complaining before the match.
2-2 or 1-1. Please.
All right. Bob says 2-2 or 1-1, but we have to go with one. Which one are you going with? 2-2 or 1-1? Which one?
Let's do 1-1.
Let's do 1-1. You have to show you that. You have to show that on the pitch at the Stamford Bridge. Yeah. So
Yeah.
tomorrow's game carries a lot of weight. I don't know if my boys, still remember that they get to the because of what happened in at the Man U Stadium, Old Trafford. Yeah, even with Man U were just lucky to win that game, honestly. But yeah, the Chelsea of that time that faced Man U and lost 2-1 is not the Chelsea of now. You understand? Because a lot of things have happened and Chelsea have dripped in form, and yeah, owing to the fact that we have a different coach now, yeah, so a lot of things are going to play in. You understand? So, and two of them are amateur coaches, both Carrick and Liam Rossonio or Senior, whosoever is that. So tomorrow, honestly, it's going to be a tight game. Yeah, as much as I'm optimistic about the game tomorrow, I see Man U play with a lot of cohesion and determination. I don't know what really happened in their last game. I watched the game and they were trying, but like I told you guys, Leeds will always be Leeds. They will beat anybody. So, in fact, if not because Man U got that red card, I think Man U will have drew that game or even go ahead to win that game. So I'm not seeing anything wrong with them that because they didn't play, we didn't do like for some time now. No. They were still playing very well. They were playing very well. I just feel like the coach made mistake by starting Shesko first. He needs to bring Shesko is a super sub. You should bring him up like in second half or 68 minutes. Start Bemo. Don't keep Bemo on the bench. So, and I see him starting Bemo tomorrow with Cunha and a whole lot of them. And then you have Bruno Fernandes battling in the midfield, and Casemiro, the engine room. So definitely Man U will be finishing this game tomorrow by topping up Chelsea 2-1. They will defeat Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge 2-1. 2-1 in favor of Man U. So let's go to Sunday. On Sunday, we're having Aston Villa coming against Sunderland. What do you think about that game on Sunday? Aston Villa will be starting against Sunderland. Kings, what do you think about that game?
Yeah, Aston Villa against Sunderland. I expect Aston Villa to win that game. Aston Villa, they have to maintain their form, most especially now they are fighting for the top 4 and the European spots. So if they are really serious on getting that top 4 spots, they need to win that game tomorrow. So or on Sunday, they need to win that game on Sunday. So I predict that Aston Villa should win Sunderland, maybe 2-1. My prediction will be 2-1 in favor of Aston Villa.
Aston Villa to win Sunderland 2-1. Says Kings. Babs, what do you think about that game on Sunday? Aston Villa coming against Sunderland.
I also predict Aston Villa to defeat Sunderland.
2-1. Wonderful. Aston Villa topping up.
They're on a good run. And they have next week free for them in Europe. So the best thing for them is to also secure their spots in the league by finishing top 4, top 5. Then before they wait for the outcome of their European competition. So they should defeat Sunderland on Sunday.
Okay, 2-1 in favor of Aston Villa. Yeah, this game will be played in Aston Villa Stadium, and Sunderland, it doesn't matter whatsoever they are playing, they're always giving a show. They're always giving, like, they show you that, yes, we're here to play, we're not here to joke. So I see Sunderland giving them headache, and with the couple of games that these guys are playing in the Premier League now, it's not been that interesting, Kingsley knows Unai Emery very well, how he can fumble with somebody. So he's been fumbling in the league now, and then doing well in the Europa League. I think Unai Emery is actually focused on winning the Europa League, because if I win the Europa League, I can take them to Champions League. So I guess that is the reason why he has been fumbling in the league. But then he shouldn't play now. It's a very dicey moment. You don't know. Nottingham Forest can just go ahead and kick you out of that semi-final. You never can tell, because Nottingham Forest will not be as usual. They will not be like other clubs.
Exactly.
They are from your own league. They know you. They have been playing with you.
They understand Aston Villa.
Yeah, I would advise Unai Emery to actually take this game tomorrow very serious, because any slip from that game tomorrow, they will go down. I think Liverpool, if Liverpool win their match, or Chelsea, they might actually take their position. So they should be very careful. Yeah, but then the game will go in favor of nobody. The game is going to end 1-1 in favor of all of them. Yeah, Sunderland will not just sit and allow them beat them. The game will end 1-1 Yeah, life goes on. Please, your point on that game quickly.
Well, let's say 2-1.
2-1 in favor of Aston Villa. The three of
Aston
you,
Villa, yeah.
the three of you have predicted 2-1 in favor of Aston Villa. If this thing enter tomorrow, then when we come the next time, we'll have to take some Arsenal drinks. You know, the bottles with Arsenal. Please, Babs, try to get us on things with Arsenal logos. You know, if this game ends.
Don't worry, I'll share it on Sunday.
Exactly. So yeah, the next game will be Everton coming against Liverpool. Everton against Liverpool. Everton has been a wonderful club. They are doing great in their own way. They just beat Chelsea recently 3-0, you know, and that their stadium, you know, that stadium, since when they built that stadium, they have been dealing with big boys in that place. So and Liverpool are just coming from a lot of outbreaks. Liverpool have been in turmoil, you know, a lot of turmoil this season. And I don't know if they'll bounce back tomorrow. I was very shocked for them to win their match last weekend because I think they were against is it Fulham? Yeah, they were against Fulham. They beat Fulham 2-0. So now going to Everton on Sunday, I see Everton putting a foot on this game and giving Liverpool a run for their money. But at the end of the day, Liverpool will succeed in winning the game 3-2 in favor of Liverpool on Sunday. Kings, what do you think about Everton?
This game is going to be a battle. The reason why it's going to be a battle is because apart from the fact that it's a Merseyside derby, it's the first Merseyside derby in the new stadium for Everton. So obviously they want to prove a point against their long-time adversary, Liverpool. So this game is going to be an interesting game tomorrow and Sunday. And we also know that Liverpool have a lot of injury crisis, especially in their forward line. Recently, we saw the long-term injury that Hugo Ekitike sustained. It's going to be, I said, it's going to be out for about 9 months. So it's a big blow for Liverpool. And though Isaac is just coming back right now, I don't know how fit he is for this game and how ready he is. I doubt he's very ready for this game because he has been out for more than 4 months, if not more than that. So the game is going to be an interesting game. I give that game to Everton. I believe Everton should win that game. It might not be an easy win, obviously, but they should win the game against Liverpool on Sunday.
So Everton, you give it to Everton fully?
Yes, I give it to Everton. Everton should win 2-1.
Okay, Everton 2-1. Baz, what do you think about that game on Sunday?
It's a Merseyside derby. It's going to be a tough match. So I think Liverpool would fight hard to get a draw. Because of their position in the league, they will fight hard to get a draw. Everton, no doubt, they're in a very good form right now. But it's a derby, like I said earlier. So it's going to end 2-2.
2-2. Life goes on.
2-1 in favor of Everton.
2-1 in favor of Everton. This guy didn't even waste time, you know.
No analysis.
Liverpool, who did you offend?
2-1 in favor of Everton.
Liverpool has many enemies.
Nottingham Forest, Burnley. Very wonderful game coming up on Sunday again. Nottingham Forest, Burnley. Recently, Nottingham Forest with this new coach have been showing a lot of good signs again, you know, taking us back to the days of their coach, is it Espirito, who is now with West Ham.
You know.
So they are doing so well now to an extent. Yesterday, they were able to pull back some stune between them and Porto. You know, I told you I've been following their game in Europa League. They drew the match in Porto, and then yesterday they win the match 1-0, you know, and then they were able to go through 2-1 aggregate. And yeah, they've been doing well also in the league. I think their last game, I don't remember vividly. Let me just get it quickly so that I can give them their praise. You see, I told you they have been doing well recently since they have not lost a game since 15th of March. You know, they have not lost any game since 15th of March. They've been doing great. So yeah, their last game with Aston Villa, they drew the match in Premier League 1-1.
Oh.
Yeah, so tomorrow with Burnley, they are going to trash Burnley 3-0. Kings.
Yeah, they should. Nottingham Forest. I think they are picking form at the right time of the season, considering the fact that they are fighting to avoid the relegation. So I expect them to avoid relegation. Tottenham has taken their spot, so that's how it's going to end. That it's going to be at the end of the season. So tomorrow's game, Nottingham Forest, they should defeat Burnley. Burnley, Burnley is obviously out for the season. They are already relegated for the season. So Nottingham Forest should win that game 2-0. I give them a scoreline of 2-0 against Burnley on Sunday.
2-0 in favor of Nottingham Forest. Babs.
Yeah, I'm also going with Nottingham Forest. They are in a very good run. Currently, they have a very good form. So, and I expect them to defeat Burnley 3-0.
Defeat Burnley 3-0, just like I said, 3-0 3-0 Nottingham Forest. Life goes on.
And life goes on. Your audio is off.
Hey, sorry, 2-0 in favor of Nottingham.
2-0 in favor of Nottingham. Two people say 2-0.
Yeah.
That is Kings and life goes on. And then I and Bob say 3-0. Let the winner, let the fight begins. We'll see who will come up on Sunday. So the last game on Sunday will be a very wonderful match. You know, when we talk about these matches, there are matches and there are match. So, we have talked about one big game involving those people from the far east of Manchester. And then there's another Manchester again inside Manchester. It can only be God, So we have a game on Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Wonderful game. Man City taking on the presumed champions of the season that will not be at the end of the day. Yeah, I dare to say and take my words to the bank that I have now taken a new direction that Arsenal is not going to win the league. I have my metrics, I have my data, I've collected my survey, and there's nothing that can happen. Arsenal will be losing this league, and that is final. And Champions League, they will be beating Blue Black. They will go to the final in Champions League, and they'll be beating, and nothing for them this season. Then we'll be celebrating, and we'll have our bottles with champions, with Arsenal logos on the bottles, and we'll be drinking waters in the cities and going around. So that game is going to be very, very, very good game. Manchester City taking on Arsenal. They will be dealing with Arsenal. Arsenal will receive Woto. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Kings, what do you think about this game?
Woto Woshios 3-0.
So Kings, tell us
guys,
for this game. Analyze this game for us and tell us your scoreline.
Of course, this is the game. This is the game of the season so far, and this is the title decider. I believe this game is the title decider. Whoever wins that game is presumed to be the champions for this season. Arsenal shouldn't have allowed this league to get to this stage where this match becomes a title decider. It shouldn't have been the title deciding match, but unfortunately, a lot of unfortunate incidents has transpired in recent months that has made the league to be so closely contested. It should have been long over by now. So, yeah, I'm not so confident for this game. Most times when I'm not confident for a game, I'm not surprised with the results. The result always goes in the way. So, but with my Arsenal hat on, I want us to win. I want us to win that game, or at least come up with a draw in that game. But with the recent form that Manchester City has put up since they are lost against Real Madrid in the Champions League quarterfinals, right? No, in the Champions League second round. Yeah, second round of the Champions League. They've just decided that they want to focus on the domestic competitions, and since then they have not looked back.
All the teams
that they've played, they have just taken them to the cleaners. So tomorrow I expect a very tough game, and for the Arsenal guys, it depends on how much they want the league, because sometimes your motivations will determine how much you play in a game. So tomorrow on Sunday we determine if the boys are truly motivated and they are truly set on winning the title for Arsenal after so many years of not winning the Premier League. So that game is going to be a title decider, like I mentioned. And I want my Arsenal to win. And when we win that game, we'll come back and we'll revisit your statements, Matthew, about Arsenal bottling the league. But I don't expect us to bottle the league. It's going to be a difficult one for us to win, but I believe we can do it. Nothing is impossible.
Yeah, so what is your score line on that game?
The score line for that game 1-0. Arsenal should win that game 1-0 in favor of, so it should end in the 1-goal victory for Arsenal.
So Arsenal will be going to Etihad Stadium and will be winning 1-0. So they will be beating Manchester City 1-0. Man City will sit and fold their hands.
We don't respond with any goal.
Take 1-0 back to Emirates. All right, we'll see what happens on Sunday. 1-0 says an Arsenal fan, Kings. So Babs, what do you think as a banter, as a rival, as everything that you are against Arsenal? Tell us what do you think about that game on Sunday.
Kingsley just predicted with his Arsenal arts. That was why he was very confused. How will you go to Etihad Stadium and win 1-0? It's not possible.
There's no confusion there. It's a good prediction. It's a good prediction. 1-0 is a good prediction that can come to pass.
Arsenal should have waited for this match to be the deciding match of the season. However, I've always said it about Arsenal. They don't have the mentality. They have a very weak mentality, and their manager also does not have that winning mentality that would hold you all through the season to win the league. So I see them bottle the league tomorrow, finally.
Yeah.
And they will score one goal from the set piece, like they've always done, set piece FC, and they will lose by 2-1. Oh, really? Would also score.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Is the Messi against Arsenal, you know what I say?
Oh, really? Oh, really
So,
too?
Life goes on. The guy that is always feeling happy in the year when Arsenal lose everything.
You can see how happy I am already.
We are celebrating on Sunday. We are celebrating the downfall of the fans.
Funny enough, I expect something like 4-0 goal difference in that game. Because Arsenal has been playing, and this will be the undoing of Arsenal. This season, they have been on the defense. No matter the team that you are, they score 1 goal, they score 2 goals. Everybody knows they want to sit down. And recently, most of the game that has been coming out, you could see how exposed they were. If you go watch the game against Bournemouth again, at that point when they needed the goals and then they come out, they get punished. And I expect the same thing to happen against Man City because they need to win that game. But their orientation for the season has never been to win game with very high score margin. So they played to the point that everybody is even saying they don't want, like, you can't win for corners and everything. So their corner mojo is out of it by default. So I expect that in order to attack Man City, in fact, with Silva releasing his farewell, I was like, this is a perfect time to even release that kind of farewell message so that on Sunday you take them to the washing machine and wash every hoop of that trophy out of them. So to me, I'm predicting something close to 4-0 in favor of
Man City.
In favor of Man City.
What a crazy prediction.
Don't worry, we'll come back here.
What a crazy prediction from a Chelsea fan.
Point of correction. Arsenal don't need to win that game. Man City need to win that game. So because
that's what I'm saying 4-0.
Oh, okay. But your prediction is that by the time Arsenal comes out to play, then the game is open, right? So that's what I'm telling you, that Arsenal don't need to win that game. Because
so this guy is telling us that they'll be defending.
But I don't think. But you can't defend. You can't defend against this form of Man City. You get punished either ways. And the thing is, if they score 1, they just need to score 1, and then there will be a push for you to let me also return 1. and that's how it just be going. Let me return that one. It's becoming two. We can return two. It becomes three. We can return. By the time you now get to 90 minutes, so that's how it will be. So just I don't. No matter even how you want to defend, let them play 11-0-0. Like let that be
But
the formation.
don't
That
forget
go chop am.
one fact. Arsenal are the best team in Europe currently. Not one of the best teams. They are the best team in Europe. In the
It's not about
entire
see.
Europe.
It's not about were
So
they not the
you
best
don't
team
just
when they lost to
expect
Bournemouth?
them to go to Etihad and lose like babies. No.
Don't
No,
ever
it's
use
not.
that.
Wait.
Don't just
It's
ever
not
use
about losing as babies. It's about who wants to beat you. It's not about maybe I'm a lion, I'm going there. It's like you have to look at your opposition. And I strongly believe this Guardiola is not leaving Man City without that league this season. I don't know how. And this is the game for him. And everybody knows Guardiola at this point of like when it comes to win the game. Guardiola will win the game. I don't know how, but he's just going to win. Those guys are just going to turn up for him.
Hmm.
So they just need that one goal. Look at Chelsea. Chelsea was able to still hold 45 minutes now. They just need to open up that one goal. And once they started it, that's the end. What I was like, even Chelsea was the one that in fact we scored some goals, even though it was cancelled. The first half was going well for us. So to me, I'm like, okay, but the second half, what happened? I'm not comparing Chelsea and Arsenal, like let me say in performance or anything, but I'm just saying that if Man City scores the first goal, just forget that game. They would they would beat the hell out of Arsenal. That's just it. I'm praying it's not first half early goal because I can see Arsenal conceding an early goal
Okay,
in that
so
game.
4-0 Man City.
4-0 Man
4-0
City.
Man City is recorded for you, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. So for me, this is a very good match. This is a very good match. It's a make or man match. I know that Arsenal fans are already terrified. Even behind the camera, when we were discussing with one of the Arsenal fans, he was checking the news and he saw that Saka will not be there, and he was already frightened. But I don't care if the first team are not even around. That would be the best thing for me in life. So we'll see what happens with that match tomorrow, but on Sunday. But definitely, I know that Guardiola is not going to leave any stone unturned. He's going to turn every stone to make sure that he wins that match, because he knows that if they win that match, they have a big lifeline to winning the league, and he's going to win that match by 3-1 before the end of the day. 3-1. Arsenal will be defending in that match. Like one of their fans here have already told us the hint of what will be happening. They'll be defending. But how much more? How much can your defense go? How long can your defense take you? Can your defense take you the whole 90 minutes? This is not Sporting CP that you were defending 1-0. It's because Sporting CP were not that sharp. Because I watched the match, that's why I say it's disgusting for Arsenal to be in semi-final. It's so disgusting. Arsenal is supposed to
It's
be
disgusting for you. It's not disgusting for Arsenal fans because
No,
Chelsea is not there.
But Arsenal fans, they celebrated the draw.
It's disgusting for you as a rival fan because you were
It's
expecting Arsenal to
even
lose.
for some Arsenal fans, they were angry about it. It's disgusting for Arsenal that are
No.
counted. Let me
You said
drop my
it's
point.
disgusting for Arsenal to be in the semi-finals. That's different from us wanting the game
Let
to
me
end.
drop my point, sir. Let me drop my point,
Okay,
sir.
drop your
It's
points.
disgusting for Arsenal that are touted by a Man U fan as the best team in Europe, although it's sarcasm, because for me, Arsenal is not the best team in Europe this season. Yeah.
They've not lost any game in Champions League.
On current form, you
Whether
can
they
argue
lost any
that,
game or
but
they've not lost any game, Arsenal is not the best
No,
team in
judging by
Europe.
the entire season, I'm not even
Yes.
joking. Judging by the entire season, Arsenal are the best team in Europe. Even Guardiola said it, was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
Guardiola is only massaging their ego. Which best team are they? If you are a
No,
best team,
based on facts,
Matthew,
based on stats.
how do you quantify the best team, Matthew? By your
See,
standard?
Based on stats.
the best team in Europe this season is Bodo Glimt from Norway.
Wow.
They're the best team in Europe this season.
Based on your sentimental
now
analysis.
we know that you are clowning.
Based on your sentimental
Matthew is playing
analysis.
the clown. Is it Bodo
All
Glimt?
right,
Bodo Glimt
all
that were
right, guys.
embarrassed out of the Champions League. Bodo Glimt.
All right, guys. On Monday we have our Premier League ending with Crystal Palace taking on remind me now, what was the name of that club? Taking on West Ham. Crystal
West
Palace
Ham.
against West Ham in Selhurst Stadium, you know. Yeah, this is going to be a very good match, you know. The last game, Crystal Palace won their game, even when most of us on this group doubted them. Of course, I told you guys that they were going to win their game, and Mateta scored the 2 goals. I think
That
it
was
was 2
against
goals.
Newcastle, right?
Yeah, against Newcastle, it
Mhm.
was 2 goals,
Against
2 goals to
Newcastle.
1. Yeah, it was against Newcastle, 2 goals to 1, and that's why I was telling you with a lot of confidence that Bournemouth will beat Newcastle 3 goals to 2 tomorrow. But that is left to be seen because tomorrow game and that other game will be different. So yeah, West Ham are playing well. They are doing well this season. I know most of us on this group are already touting that West Ham will be beating Man City in days to come when they meet. So West Ham going away against Crystal Palace. Espirito has been trying to build this team back, build their confidence, everything, and they are playing so well. I love watching them now because of what they are playing. You know. So this game tomorrow, without wasting much of our time, I see West Ham coming through tomorrow. That game will be a draw. It will be a 1-1 draw. It will be a 1-1 draw. Babs, what do you think about the game on Monday? Monday Night Football.
West Ham, Crystal Palace, West Ham.
Yeah.
1-1 draw from me too, because West Ham are trying to avoid relegation and Crystal Palace are also on a good run. So
Yeah, that's true because Crystal Palace also are in the semi-finals of Conference League. Conference League, yeah. They're in the semi-final of Conference League. Yeah. So Kings, what do you think about the game Monday night?
Yeah, I predict a draw as well. West Ham versus Crystal Palace. So I suspect that game should be 2-2, 2-2 draw, because West Ham they are going to be trying to avoid the relegation. Currently, they are out of the bottom 3, replaced by Tottenham United. So West Ham should get a point out of that game, and if they play good enough, they could even win the game. So, but I predict 2-2 draw for them.
2-2 draw. 2-2 draw. West Ham, Crystal Palace, West Ham game, Monday Night Football. Yes, life goes on. What do you think about that game and what is your scoreline?
2-2.
2-2 draw.
Yeah.
None was able to stand and say and beat his chest and say, okay, Crystal Palace will win or West Ham will win. All of us, we have 2 people saying 1-1 and the 2 people 2-2. Okay, so is a draw on Monday night. All of us have gone for draw on Monday night. 2 people predicting 2-2 and 2 people predicting 1-1 draw of that Monday Night Football between Crystal Palace and West Ham. Yeah, so guys, thank you for staying put with us. It's been a wonderful time with you. You know, we've come a long way. We've preview all the games that will be happening in Premier League this weekend. Sorry, we couldn't go through other leagues like the Serie A, League One, but yeah, our prayers and thoughts are with them, and we'll bring you more and more news about them when the time comes. So yeah, thank you for staying put with us. Please like this content, subscribe to our channel, follow us. You know, our shows will be out there. Give them a like, give them a comment. We are waiting for comment. Please give us some comment. We want to hear what can we do? What do you want us to do to improve this community? I told you that we are building this community together, and with you, we will build this community to the height of enviable, to an enviable height. You know. Thank you very much, guys, for staying put with us, and thank you all my crew members for staying till this time. God bless. Ciao. Bye.
Ciao. Have a wonderful week and weekend, guys. Bye.